Grandest of risings, y'all. It is your girl, Vette Green. I am here today. The lashings wasn't lashing this morning. I'm telling everybody on TikTok, when it's humid outside, the lashes don't be wanting to lash, y'all. But I'm here, and I'm about to play one of our favorite songs because it is Buffalo Bills Monday. The games today, y'all. We going to the Super Bowl. I'm claiming it. The Buffalo Bills, hey, Joseph, the Buffalo Bills will be going to the Super Bowl in 2025. I'm claiming it. Claim it if you are with Bills Mafia. Claim it. So let me get to this song, and hopefully this lash right here, you see this, won't be slipping off. Look at that, y'all. Humidity is real, y'all. Humidity is real, and it works against the lashes. Hey, my fave. Hey, JD. Grand rising to you, love. The lash is not lashing today, JD. These lashes just don't want to stay on. I got the fan blowing at me, y'all. And then on top of that, hot flashes are real. Hot flashes are real. Hot flashes are real. If you feel me, know that hot flashes are real. So let me get to this Us Against the World Bills Mafia, y'all. I got to change. This is what happens too. I got to go back here and change it up a little bit because the Bills Mafia is on a different drop. Here we go. This is Us Against the World produced by the Kulu Brothers, and on the mic is NFL Buffalo Bills former Buffalo Bills person Stevie Johnson.
That's J1 Trey.
Come on and rock with me. Come on.
Why so serious?
Sam, I am. Are you trying to say serious?
It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's us against the world. It's us against Buffalo against the world. It's us against the world. It's us against it's Buffalo against the world.
That's J1 Trey. Pulling up in this big body like Gusto. Even rich like Reed and Diggs, we move so well. You should know the drill. You should know the vibes. If it ain't red, white, and blue, baby, that's not my size. It's the Mafia, the fan base that'll die for ya. On Sundays, we are not cool. Any other days, we'll ride with ya. We heaven sent, we're Hamlin win. 3 spoke to God and said thanks, though. Having cool years real dope, but I really miss the fan base, though.
Now turn it up. Turn it up. Now turn it up. Turn it up. Now turn it up. Turn it up. Now turn it up, turn it up. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's a mafia. Who next? It's a mafia. We next. It's us against the world. It's us against Buffalo against the world. It's us against the world. It's us against it's Buffalo against the world.
Hey, welcome everybody. I'm trying to get back to the show here. It is the Vette Green Show. I am back on a Monday. We're turning up on a Monday. If you're feeling large and in charge, say amen. I'm feeling great. Look at this. I'm feeling great, y'all. I really am. I'm feeling good this morning, even though the lashes don't want to cooperate with me. But that's all right, because I'm still going to be great. That is all right, y'all. This is what happens. Look at that. It don't matter. I'll fix it. Got a lot going on this morning, everybody. So welcome. Let me know as you are coming into the room where you are. Hey, baby. Hey, Dark Sting, Grand Rising. Thank you so much, Dark Sting. I need that this morning because the lashes don't want to lash. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit frazzled. And then my face, and then the drips. Oh, God, it's just, I'm all over the place this morning, y'all. I'm all over the place this morning. But the point is, I'm here. The point is, you are here. The point is, we got up this morning, y'all. Thank you, God, for blessing us with another day of living. Okay, hey, sis, Grand Rising to you, Grand Rising to you. Thank you, Lord, for blessing us with another day of living. I'm so happy to be here. I had a really good weekend, a productive weekend. I wasn't feeling too well. There's some sort of virus going on, y'all. I read about it in the paper because even St. Francis High School and a couple other high schools had to cancel their football games because there's something going on. There's something in the water. I was telling my sis, who's on here also, Tanya Payton, I said, you know what? Maybe I'm about to be a grandma because I've been feeling like I've been having morning sickness, y'all. Like I can't really eat. I can't really hold stuff down. And it started with this chocolate chip cookie. It started with this chocolate chip cookie because your girl is lactose intolerant. And I found these cookies. There's this grocery store called Price Right that I used to shop at one of the cities I lived in. I can't remember if it was when I was in Delaware or when I was in Chicago. Hey, Capolandia, thank you. Welcome back, love. Hey, Big Finko. I don't remember if it was about but I'm gonna have to look that up, Dark Sting. I can't remember if it was when I was in Chicago or what, but anywho, the name of the store is ShopRite. And ShopRite had these chocolate chip cookies. It was their brand of chocolate chip cookies that were so good to me, just delicious. They were like gourmet cookies, but it was a ShopRite brand. And I found these cookies at this store called Price Right here. Price Right is another store it's like ShopRite, like Tops and Giant Foods. You know, they it's the same store or it's the same conglomerate. I don't know if they get the stuff from the same distribution. I don't know. But I know Tops and Giant are similar. ShopRite and Price Right are similar. And I found these chocolate chip cookies. Lord, 5 chocolate chip cookies later, I'm in the bathroom and it's just going, oh man, y'all, when I tell you I'm lactose. But these cookies were so good. And I was thinking to myself as I'm eating them, I wonder why I haven't bought these cookies in a long time. Why I've been sleeping on these cookies knowing my body remembering how good they are. My mind, I should say. But my body was starting to reject them. These cookies were so good. But again, I'm lactose intolerant, y'all. So it started with them chocolate chip cookies. And I couldn't just put them down until I got sick. And then now it's like everything is getting me sick. And I'm talking to my sis. I'm like, sis, I wonder if I'm going to be a grandma. You know, maybe I got a human grand coming. I don't know. Because, you know, they say, other people get morning sicknesses because I can remember when I was married and I was pregnant, my husband at the time, anytime I was pregnant, he got the sicknesses too. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Lola. Hey, Songbird. Come on in. Hey, bestie. I see you, Brooklyn. Anytime I was pregnant, he got sick too. Like he was sleeping like he was the one carrying the baby. He was getting sick like he was the one carrying this baby. I'm the one gaining the weight and stuff, but he getting sick like he's the one. So I'm wondering to myself, and I'm telling my sis, I'm like, I wonder, because I'm getting sick, if somebody in the family is pregnant. Somebody pregnant because I'm getting sick. So I don't know yet, y'all. I'm asking my daughters. They like, no. I ain't pregnant. So I don't know, y'all. But I say that to say I stayed in the house this weekend. I was supposed to go to the Bury the Violence event that happened. I purchased my ticket, so I did support that way. But I was scared to go to a brunch, knowing that I wasn't able to keep anything down. So I stayed in the house this weekend, but I was productive. Dark Sting says something you only see in the South. I go outside, sit at my smoking table, and a damn possum is on my table. Well, tell the possum, Dark Sting, that Vette Green said, Grand Rising to you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Break Nuez. It's the son and the wife. Brooklyn, I hope so. But they say they don't want to have kids yet. They want to do some traveling and stuff. But I'm hoping. I got enough grand animals out of. They bet not bring another grand animal here. I got 3 grand dogs and 1 grand cat. And the grand cat Champagne, she want to be a star. She got to be all on camera. And the baby dog of the bunch, Lexi, she just think that my bedroom is hers, y'all. She really think that my bed is hers. This child had the nerve to bury a doggone piece of bacon under my covers. I'm sitting on my couch in my room, and I wonder why is she pulling back my blankets and stuff. What is this girl doing? Because sometimes if she ready to go to sleep, she'll pull. Yeah, she kind of human, y'all. She'll pull back the blanket. In Brooklyn, you know what I'm talking about. You already know what I'm talking about. She thinks she human. She didn't pull back the covers, only to pull back a piece of bacon. This child done buried a piece of bacon in my blankets, y'all, the other morning. A piece of bacon. Now I got to wash my sheets and all of that because she think that my bed is hers. It had the nerve to bury a piece of bacon in my blankets. Man, child. I love my grand animals. I do. I love my grand animals. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I spoil my grand animals. They get Christmas presents and all of that type of stuff. Just like I got to spoil the grand animals until I get some grand humans, right? I got to spoil them as well as spoil my nieces and nephews. I told my sis here, Tanya, that she got to share her grand. She got 3 grandsons now, blessed with 3 grandsons. My other sis got, 5? How many grandkids Denise got now? Like 5 or 6, something like that. But they got to share. Sharing is caring. Now let's talk about this. No, I did not hear Dark Sting over on YouTube is asking, hey, I forgot, y'all. I'm so frazzled. I forgot. I got a guest coming in this morning. His name is Trey Jones. He goes by the name of Trey Deuce, and I'm going to bring him up in a few minutes. But I want to look up this story about somebody passing away from some ramen noodles. How many of y'all eat ramen? I didn't grow up eating ramen. I remember I was about 12 years old, and I had went over to a girlfriend's house, and she had these noodles, and they were so good to me. I went home and I told my mother, I said, Mom, can you get these noodles next time you go to the grocery store? And I was liking them ever since then. I'm looking up this story now, y'all. But the thing with the ramen, they say it's a jailhouse food, but listen, I ain't never been to jail. I ain't trying to go to jail. Praise you, Lord. But my kids, more specifically my sons, I can cook a whole meal, y'all. I can cook ribs, turkey wings and dressing, fry some fish. I can cook breakfast, a whole, the everything. Pancakes, bacon, sausage, eggs. Don't you know these kids will go open a pack of noodles first? They will go open a pack of noodles like mama ain't just slaved in the kitchen cooking all these meals, cooking this big old meal. They will go and open up some noodles. So now, because even though my 6 kids are grown and gone, when I go to the grocery store, y'all, I still buy noodles. Like I got 2 cases of noodles right now sitting in my kitchen. 2 cases of noodles, eating ramen. I'm looking the story up right now, Dark Sting, because no, I had not heard about this. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's a viral TikTok going. So apparently, oh God, y'all. Wait, they fact checking. So there is a viral TikTok going on right now saying that some kids died from eating some ramen noodles, y'all. But I'm gonna stop seeing this ad. I got pop-ups and stuff going on. Let's see. There has been a lot of recalls. There has been a lot of recalls on food, y'all. That there has been, and I'm going to talk about that this morning. There's been a recall on that milk. It's a lactate milk at that. And let me bring that up because I really recall on milk. My daughter be on these recalls. So y'all know that lactate milk, the one with the red label. Some of y'all who are lactate intolerant, like I am, may drink that milk. I prefer the almond milk or the cashew milk. I don't specifically like that lactate milk, but I do, like I said, I'm lactose intolerant. But I want to let you guys know, and I'll share my screen here before I bring up Trey, who's going to join me and talk about his life. So I'm going to introduce y'all to him in a minute. So here's the story right here. And thank you so much, Devajna. HP Hood LLC recalls select units of the 96 ounce of refrigerated lactate milk due to possible almond allergen. So apparently, and that's another story that I read. Some of these snacks, like how are they putting these ingredients into things and not saying it? Like another story she sent me is where in these snacks they put milk ingredients and didn't put it on the label, and they know how long they've been doing this thing. They've been doing this for years. So here's the story, everybody. Linfield, Massachusetts, HP Hood LLC is recalling 5 SKUs, that's the units, of 96 ounce containers of lactate milk because they found the product may contain trace amounts of almond, which is not listed on the label. So that means if you have an allergy to almond, you can possibly get sick. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. That's the same story that she sent me about this other one. Let me get into that. Oh, wait. I got my notes here, y'all. I got my notes. And this is let me see. These snacks were actually made. So an Indian snack, Maruku, has a recall because they too have undeclared allergens. They put milk in products and didn't put that on the label. So y'all know anything we eat, there has to be a label of the ingredients in it, just so there people who have allergic reactions. Imagine being allergic to almonds or peanuts, and you go to drink some milk and you wondering why all of a sudden you're like, I can't breathe. You choking up. That's a liability. It's a liability. They have to put the ingredients of what we are eating on the labels because a person could possibly die, especially if you have an allergy like a peanut allergy or almond allergy. Imagine you giving your baby and that baby is allergic to peanuts or almonds and you wondering what's going on, and it's because you didn't gave this child some milk or something like this or one of these snacks and something that you're allergic to is on there, is in there, but they didn't declare it. So be careful, everybody. Me and my daughter were talking about it this weekend, and she's like, man, I'm scared to eat at this point. It sounds familiar to Save a Life. He's talking about the store price, right? Darkstein, you are too funny. Listen, you just be careful of what you guys are eating. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my guest up to the stage. Welcome, 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 Trife Life Trade Dudes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Blessings to you. How are you this morning?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm all right. I'm doing good. Good day. Good day. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you are welcome. So let everybody know, first off, with your mental health, and I'm asking you guys all out there as well, with your mental health, where are you from 1 to 10? So today I'm coming in at a 9.5. I'm not quite at a 10, but I'm not below a 7, which is concerning. So if you are below a 7 coming into this room, before you leave out, we need to raise that barometer up, because that means that you are, kind of teetering on hopelessness and, woe is me. And I don't want anybody coming in this room to leave out of here feeling worse than you did when you came in. We want to bring that energy up by giving you some love and positive vibes. So Trey, before you introduce yourself, let us know where you are coming in from 1 to 10 with your mental health.
I think I'm at a 7 right now. I'm at a 7.
Okay. Okay.
Probably
Okay.
7.5. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's all right. You're not quite there, but we can bring that up. And I know personally that you got some things going on, and as you
Yeah.
continue to come to the Vet Green Show, we're gonna help you lift your spirits up. So let
Thank
the
you much.
listeners let the listeners of the Vet Green Show know who you are and where you're coming in from today.
Well, my name is Trife Life Traders of the Untold Chapters crew. I've been on a lot of different platforms coming up, such as like World Star Hip Hop. I got videos on YouTube, Untold Chapters. Um, been on Reverb Nation and Django and some other platforms. Actually, been on some radio stations like with the late, K Slay, last radio station that I was with. Rest in peace to him. And I had Street Heat did my videos, did a lot of my videos. Been doing a lot of stuff. I had been part of the group and been solo and doing some things, some other things now. But I know a lot of artists. I grew up with a lot of artists. I worked with a lot of artists. I got family members that's in the entertainment business also. So that's doing a lot of stuff. So I've been connected for a little bit, and my story is real and authentic and mine. So
So one of the things, and I don't know if it's the mic, Trey, but can you just up your volume just a little bit? Just I
yeah.
want to make sure that everybody can hear you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
yep, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So one of the stories that we will be getting into, and welcome everybody as you are coming in over on Facebook or YouTube. Thank you everybody for joining us this morning. Let everybody know. Oh, it was the Save a Lot brand of ramen. Okay, Darksting, thank you so much for that. Let everybody
That's
know where you are with your mental health. If you see that someone is below a 7, send them some love, because like I always say, you never know what a kind word can mean to anybody. You never know what that word may bring somebody out of a funk or seriously save their life. I've been places and spaces where just a smile, just smiling at somebody brought somebody out of the funk that they were in. I remember I was taking my uncle to the grocery store, and I'm in a good mood, so I'm just a smiling and I'm speaking to everybody because I'm mindful of that, of those kind words. And there was this older gentleman standing outside the grocery store when I went in. When I came out, that older gentleman stopped me and he thanked me for just smiling at him. He said because it made his day. Like it made him feel better because he was not in such a good mood. He was going through some things because life really be life in us. But me just smiling and saying hi to him actually helped bring him out of that mood. And I just be like, that's just God, y'all. So let the God shine through y'all today and say a kind word to somebody or just smile at somebody today as you're walking by, because that energy can pass. You ever be in a bad mood, or you encounter somebody in a bad mood and all of a sudden you're in a bad mood, Trey, and you're like,
yeah.
man,
Yep. Energy transfers. You gotta energy transfers. I try to stay in my own space sometimes because some people could be really miserable, and it will mess up your whole day.
your whole day.
Your whole day.
Oh, remember growing up, they used to say misery loves company.
Yeah.
I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
understand that until I understood that
Right. I'm
misery
telling you.
loves company.
It just even just wake up that way. Some people just wake up that way, and
Mm-hmm.
gotta try to have positive affirmations, and hopefully hope your day will go by. I know things is gonna go up and down, but you definitely gotta try to have a good attitude about everything in order to get positive feedback.
Even though we all grow through some things, all of us, because life is life, and I don't think it's fair to bring anyone else into that misery. Like,
Right.
why share it? You don't even want to be miserable. Why share that with somebody?
Yeah.
It's okay to talk about the things that you're going through, but don't purposely try and make somebody else miserable just because you aren't feeling up to par.
I think it's easy to be miserable. It's harder to be positive. So,
Mm.
you know what I mean? It's easy to be miserable. You can find every reason to be mad, but
I
Look for,
agree.
look for the things that can make keep you great, keep you happy. We only here one. We only here for once. We only here one time.
I agree, Trey Deuce. I agree. So you grew up within in New York in
Yeah,
different
Brooklyn, New
boroughs.
York. Hmm.
Yep.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York in the '90s. Would claim Brooklyn of Brownsville area, '90s East New York area. But I have been all over the place. My second home is Staten Island. That's where I got to meet, like legendary artists like Wu-Tang Clan and Black Fist and other artists, Grave Diggers and stuff like that. But I've been all over. I originally was born in Queens, but raised in Brownsville, Brooklyn, and Brooklyn actually Flatbush started in Flatbush and then ended up in Brownsville and then stayed majority of my time in the '90s and then went to Staten Island and started doing my own thing. Now I'm in Pennsylvania now, but I've been all over. I've been all over. I've done shows all over. Did some traveling, did some things. So yeah, from Brooklyn. I love New York. It's my home.
It's interesting during our conversation. So Trey knows a lot of people. Trey grew up um, around the time where Wu Tang was coming up, and he actually was around as they were becoming Wu Tang Clan. And it's interesting hearing you tell the stories of them, and more specifically, uh, with oh my God, why is the name escaping me right now?
With
Method
Method
Man.
Man, Method Man, yeah,
Method Man. And
the
you
big
talk about,
homie.
so on camera, he seems like he's this really nice dude. And to hear you talk about how that really is him, like he really is that person that we see on television. Like, well, we see this nice person and he really is. But you also said something that resonated with me, and that's how he motivated you. You
Yeah,
know, he motivated you and he always spoke positivity to you.
yeah.
Talk to us
He,
about how that was for you.
so I knew Meth from when I was. He's a little older than me, so he's like my big brother in a sense. And I knew when I moved to go to school in Staten Island. That's how I got a chance to meet these guys. But I met them not on stage, not just regular normal life in Staten Island and Park Hill. And I had friends who knew them, and they introduced me to them, and then not really knowing, just being able to be having the pleasure to be with them and go to their shows and see them have music, have like they used to have these things called like rap ciphers. So you should always be a part of those things, and um, me having a being able to have a relationship with Method Man was pretty cool because he actually was telling us good affirmations. When you get into the industry, the industry is very bad and very bad, and no one really wants to support you. And he did. He supported. He opened up doors for a lot of people that I know. He's done a lot of great things outside of music. He's done brought us on the road with him sometimes, and he's done a lot of great things. Put money in a lot of people's pockets. Um, he is a really good dude, a good family man. His kids, his life, his wife, his how he is. He's a down to earth person. I really love him. Appreciate what he's done for me when he did do it for me. I haven't seen him in a lot of years, but I'm happy for him and happy to see him doing his thing and he's staying out of trouble. And I know where those guys come from.
Yeah. How was it being on the road and seeing the concerts that were put on with Wu Tang? How was it being on the road with them?
Well, being able to go, I've been on a few stuff, few things with them, and being backstage and being at that time in that prime they were crazy, so it was crazy. Everything was like high speed and everything was going on fast. They were awesome. The shows was great. It was always pandemonium. People loved them. They were at that point in time they were deep, so they were so much well respected. It was so much going on. I think they didn't even know that it was like that. It was that big, and for me to see them grow up and see them do that stuff was great because that allowed us to feel like we could do it too. You know,
Mm.
these dudes that were just like us and just regular guys just had talent and just blew up, and it was good to see. I had fun watching it grow. I seen the ups and I seen some downs. I got a lot of good friends out of it. A lot of guys I'm not talking to right now. We had, like I said, we had an up and downs, but I still enjoyed the experience. I still love a lot of those guys. We enjoyed doing those shows. Those shows was crazy. It was always crazy. Um, I remember when they had hoodies, and we used to help. I used to help my bro. My friend used to. My best friend actually was on tour with him, and that's how I got to be able to go on those tours or go to those shows and stuff. It would actually be through him. He would call me and say, "Yo, let's go to such and such. Let's go to this state or whatever. Meet me here." And I'll go out there and I meet him, and he'll just let us go. We get on the bus, we get on the hotels, do whatever, sell shirts, do whatever, and just have a good time. And then when we dispersed, we dispersed. It was fun. It was so much to consume. Especially for me, I was young, so I was young. I was still probably like when I first met when I first met them. I was probably like 16 years old. So for a
You were
16
young, young.
yeah, for a 16-year-old to see that happen is like, oh man, that's crazy. That's so you know what I mean. And not till I got a little older where I realized it was much more than just music, and it was more politics and more stuff going on. I just thought it was all fun and games, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know
Yeah,
why
at
they
that
was
time.
arguing sometimes and why they were doing so much certain things. And but it was a tedious job. The guys had to go to radio stations and be at certain places, and these guys used to get high and you know what I mean? So it was a lot, and
Yeah.
it's different personalities and different things going on. But I enjoyed it. I think for a 16-year-old, it's good for a 16-year-old up to you get a certain age. It's fun, and then after a while, it's like, yo, you know, you've been with these guys for so long, and you're arguing on the road, and you're arguing at home, and you're arguing, and after a while, you just it's not as much fun as the start. You know, what I mean, the honeymoon stage is always the good stage.
Yeah, Delton happens. Now, one of the lows that we spoke about is "Oh Dirty Bastard," and when you heard about his untimely passing, do you want to talk to us a little bit about that and how that kind of rocked you?
I actually was really cool with Old Dirty. He was a cool, really good dude. Outside of what people think of him or see how crazy he was on interviews and stuff, he was a really good guy, really generous person. I used to play fight with him. When I seen him sometimes, slap boxes. I was a kid too, still. You know what I mean? Just if I had a chance to get, these guys are almost pretty much like my role models. The only guys that I knew that were doing what they were doing and got out of the hood to do it. So I used to always enjoy those guys. But when Dirty passed, I actually was in Pennsylvania and I got the phone call. I wasn't there, but when my guy called me, he was like, "Yo, don't say nothing." Big pass, all dirty pass in the studio, and I'm like, "Wow, that was deep. That was harsh. That was hard for everybody because he kind of kept everybody together." Um, I know Meth didn't like it. I know he was going through it. I know Ghostface, Raekwon, and them, they were all going through it, and the family, Mrs. Jones, it was a lot. It was hard. It was hard on us. It was some crying going on. You know what I mean? Because that's a big piece. It's a big piece. But
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
definitely, the Old Dirty was definitely one of a kind. He definitely was one of a kind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him. I also want to talk to you. So you've been through a lot in your life. You know, we're close in age, and we both kind of grew up in the '90s. I'm a little bit older than you, but I can recall those times and the different things that some of us did just to try and get by. Yeah, you know, life was much different, and the crack era is real. Like
Yeah.
it really happened. And during that time,
Yeah.
many of us looked at it as a way out of the hood, as a way, a means to an end.
Yeah.
You know, it would the way it was presented as a way to get your family out of the hood. And a lot of people ended up you know, going to
They don't make
jail.
it. Hmm.
A lot of people end up going to jail. Some people actually made a living off of it and was able to get out of the game. Um, what, as you think back to those times and the money that was made and the lives that was changed, what would you say about the crack era? What would you say about those times?
And I could say, especially in those times, that was then. I thought that was the plan. That was gonna make get us. When you live in poverty, you don't have nothing. So it was like that was like okay, cool, we can make some money. You know what I mean? They set us up with that, but that was the worst era for us because we ruined a lot of people. We ruined a lot of families. Um, we reveled in loving the John Gotti era and the mafias and stuff. So we thought we could make this money. We wanted to live this lifestyle. You can see it in the hip hop how much the crack has affected the community. You know what I mean? And our kids and our families. So it was bad. New Jack City and all that stuff. It was kind of like well how it was really going on. That New Jack City story is real because they really was selling crack in an abundance and it was killing people. And I had a part. I did take part in it to finance some of the things that I wanted to do. It helped me get to certain things because I didn't couldn't get a job or I did other work, but the money that fast money was always good. You know what I mean? So it did at that point made it feel good. I needed it but then it definitely did affect me later on in my life. You know what I mean? Even your reputation, when people know that you sold drugs, it's hard. It's hard to do. People see you as that. They don't even
Yeah,
see the positive. You know, they don't see that you're feeding your brother and sister, or your brother and sister might. Your mom doesn't have a job, but she's hooked on drugs. You got to take care of your brother and sister and take them to school, and that's the only ways they're getting money. You know, at a certain age, you can't go get a job. So everyone was really really bad. I could say it had its pros, but it definitely had its
that's
cons. You
times.
know what I mean? It did.
I agree. I agree. Looking back at that time, I feel the same way that it was, you know, it feels like it was this gift for some of us. But when you open that sucker up and you really start pulling out everything that was in it, it was more of a death sentence.
I think
It
I
was,
think I think some people, some of the dealers, it depends on who, what, how they were dealing, what they were dealing for. I know a lot of guys that really were struggling and had no food in the house, and they needed that to feed. Some guys were just doing it for sneakers and fame and showing off and showing out. You know what I mean? But for me, it was a survival thing. You know what I mean? Trying to get. Especially being, I still came from a good home, but I didn't want my mom doing everything for me at some point. I grew up really early, grew up fast really early. So around, I started loving hip hop like 10 years old. About 16, I was already out and about running the streets and, you know what I mean, trying to be independent, thinking I was grown and, doing stuff I probably had no business doing. But the money was for me to come back to. My brother didn't have to worry about getting sneakers for school, or my mom didn't have to just pay the rent, and we didn't have no food. There was times that, you know, I made sure we ate. I never wanted to be that family that we couldn't have nothing. And I hated that when I did, and I was able to share. And I hated to see other people that was hungry and starving. I never wanted to be that. So I think the
yeah,
crack era was good for me, but it was bad. You know what I
there were
mean?
some downsides.
Hurt some people. I'm quite sure. I don't know, but I'm sure when you giving out them drugs, they have people who pass away from that. I don't know if they passed away from drugs that I sold to them, or you know what I mean. And that
Yeah,
era, I'm sure I've heard it. I heard some families, so I
yeah.
need to take accountability for my community.
What do you think about the epidemic right now? Because you have a lot of these kids who are taking pills and powder cocaine is back on the scene, and now they're not mixing it with things like baking soda. Y'all, hey Francesca, hey everybody, hey Tina T, hey Grand Rising, thank you so much for joining us. Hey nephew, hey King of Spades. I'm just saying grand rising to everybody over here. Flash Girl, Audacity Books. Hey, thank you so much for joining us again today. Good morning from Chicago, Roslyn. So with this epidemic that's going on in the fentanyl, what do you think about that? What do you think that we could be doing better to warn these kids? Like, this is serious, and I'm going to be doing a show very soon. I'm going to have the Erie County Department of Health, a worker from the Department of Health who's on that task force, come in to speak to everyone, because this is a show that's near and dear to my heart because of my own struggles, you know. And now they have these fake pills on the market that can be cut with things like fentanyl, with a one little single strand, like a piece of salt. A piece of salt can literally kill you. What do you think about that? And in your town, because you're in Pennsylvania right now, do you see a spike in deaths because of it?
Yeah, especially here with the fentanyl. Um, I think drugs is always gonna be. They're always gonna make something new. They're always gonna do something. I think the being toxic is the new high. Is the new wave. Being sick, being high is a sickness. Definitely is a sickness. And I just think even over here with the fentanyl, a lot of people was dying with the fentanyl. They just had a case with somebody just died in one of the jail cells off the fentanyl over here. They have a big community that's downtown that they all in doing the drugs in the city. They're trying to clean it up now. They go downtown and they all sit in this park and they all do all drugs, all types of drugs. I just think now it's just that we need to educate our kids. We try much. I think we grew up we grew up from crack and stuff, and we pass it on down to our kids and make them think it's okay to get high culture. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Get drunk culture. You know what I mean? We have these parties with our kids. The kids before they even turn 18, they popping bottles and doing all this stuff, and we make it a norm. So that the kids think it's okay. I remember coming up, it wasn't okay to be an addict. Now, even in the music, it's okay to be an addict.
yeah,
It's okay to do the drugs. You know what I'm saying? So and then we as parents we don't force it to our kids now. We want to celebrate with our kids. Pop the bottles with the kids and get high with the kids, and then they pass it on. Pass it on. As drugs is definitely, we all know, it's not good for you. No matter how you see it, no matter what no way you want to put it, it's a temporary high and it doesn't do anything for us at the end of the day.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say I didn't indulge in marijuana or some type of stuff, but those drugs, man, it's not for us.
It kills, and nowadays you don't even know what it is that you're taking. And one of the things that I love about the harm reduction team and the people that I have coming on is that they aren't going to try and tell anybody, oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, because people are going to do what they want to do. What they advocate is to not use alone, and to also test what it is that you're using.
Right.
Test it. You know, it can be a matter of your life or your death. Test it. I did a story, and I had people come on where their child was, participating, because now apparently some of these drugs are enhancements to their libido. People are taking Percocets too. I don't even get that, because it's supposed to enhance, I guess, the act. I don't know. I don't. I still don't get that. But I did a story where the one woman lost her stepson. He had came home from being in jail. He wasn't even home for a whole week before he went out with his friends that weekend. I think he came home like a Wednesday, went out with his friends on a Friday, and didn't even make it to Saturday
Never made
because
it
he took
back.
one pill. That one
And,
pill and took him out. Is
and then these guys don't look out for each other either. A lot of these people are not of your friends are giving you the drugs,
mm,
and you think that you trust it, and they're giving you the drugs, and they helping you. They killing you. They
mm,
assisting your murder. Huh? So you got to be careful nowadays. It's definitely not good to go out and just be doing it. There's weed down there so legal. I don't trust it. I think it's chemical. It's just some chemical stuff. You can't. It's not no buds. It's not. This stuff got all
Yeah,
kinds of different names, and we don't know where it's really coming from anymore. We don't know how much what it is really is. It's
yeah.
too strong. It smells so strong, but it ain't doing this. I don't think it's the same thing.
I
I really don't
agree,
think it's the
Trey.
same.
And I'm 420 friendly. I'm not going to say that I'm not. I'm
Yeah, me
definitely
too.
420 friendly. But nowadays, it's like
Yeah,
I haven't indulged in a couple of weeks because it's like every time I do, I'm getting these real bad trips, and it's like something not right.
because it's
Like,
not it. It's not that no more.
yeah, something not right. Like my heart beating real fast, and I don't know. It's just
Yes, it's
test
not the
it. Like I
same.
was ready to take out some test strips and test the weed. I
I
didn't
think I'm
have
just
any,
gonna
but I
drink
was.
it.
Yeah, you say you supposed to drink it?
I think I'm just gonna drink it just to make it into a tea. That's actually what we really should be doing. Really
Yes.
burning. We shouldn't really be burning it in the thing because it takes away from its real benefits from it. We should really be trying to strain it and drink it. You know what I mean? But it's again, you just don't want to drink any old bud. These hybrids and stuff is not even what it is anymore.
Yeah, and I have more benefits because for me it helps me sleep.
Right,
But
right,
it also slows down my racing thoughts because I have
right.
racing thoughts. I have those type
Me,
of.
million of thought. Yeah, I'm like the same way.
Yeah, like I can think 50 billion things within a minute
Mhm.
span.
Yeah,
So
I need to
one of
calm
the
down.
benefits that I found, one of my girl, my one of someone I knew had made it into sugar, mixed it with sugar. Best thing ever, kept me calm throughout the
Mhm,
day. I would mix a little bit in my coffee in the morning time, and
mhm.
I was very mellow, not high, just mellow where I can function throughout the
Yeah.
day. You know what I mean? That was so beneficial to me. So I agree. And I wish I was in Chicago because in Chicago you can go to a dispensary and they have all types of
Yeah,
they ask you what do you need it for? Like it's a real dispensary.
yeah.
And I
They tell you
miss that
exactly what
being
you want
here
them
in New
for.
York.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so I agree. I think you should either drink it,
Drink
not
it, yeah.
smoking. Something's
Plus, it
not
gets all
right.
over your skin, all over your clothes, and you can't go to a place. Sometimes you can't go no place without anybody realizing, alerting everybody you done smoked some weed, and you know, you, know, you got all these
I've done
crazy looks.
I've done interviews with people and they came in just reeking of it. And I'm
Freaking,
no judgment here, y'all. No
yeah.
judgment here.
But yeah,
But
yeah, there's no judgment. But there's some time and a place, and sometimes you want to go. Let's say you go into the lawyer's office real quick to sign some papers, and you just smoked this blunt, and your lawyer's looking at you like, is that you? Like,
right now they don't even take you serious.
yeah, you know what I mean. You want to be taken serious, so not everywhere you want to smell reeking of marijuana.
Right. So we're about to end this in a minute, but I want to
Okay.
ask you something that you had mentioned a little while ago, and I want to ask you why do you think this is? You said toxic is like a thing now. Like toxic really is it's like a mannerism now. Why do you think that toxic is so in enticing for people? Why is that? Like, why is it so this baddies? Why is that so enticing to people? That take me
Cause,
outside. How about that?
cause that lifestyle is just exciting. I, just exciting is you know for me now that I like being a little boring, I'm okay with being at peace and not so much excitement. I did love I am not gonna lie. I guess I love that excitement too. Growing up with just being in the fast lane, and when you're young, you just think time. Wait, you think time is here for us, but it goes so fast. I just think it's right now we reveled in it. We make it seem like that's the lifestyle and that's the thing. And um being a savage is the new norm. So we just got to do better. We just got to do better. I think we're also my era is a part of some of the toxicity that's happening now. You gotta understand those are our kids. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Those are our kids. Those are our kids that was we were
true.
listening to Mob Deep and you know what I mean, all the gangster NWAs and the Death Rows and the stuff, and you know those were the real gangsters. So I think now the new era feel like they gotta do better than us. You know what I mean? So
Mm.
y'all was live back then. Y'all was shooting it up. Now we gotta put switches on our guns because y'all had the 380s and the Glock nines and the stuff. So I think now it's just like yo, the new era is like we gotta show our elders what we do. Do it better,
I
but
agree.
it's not it.
JD said, I'd say because it's more acceptable. The younger get the generation, the less manners are being taught. Yeah, JD, it's something with
Hmm.
that. And you know what? You are right. Like when you said these
Yeah,
are our kids, it really is. It's
those
our
are our
kids right
kids.
now.
Those are our kids is acting up in the streets. You know what I mean? That's our tutelage. We put them out there to do that, and you know what I mean. So then we're the crap babies. You know what I mean? So we pass it on, and the babies was having babies, and we just
Babies
kept
having
on.
babies.
You know what I mean? We kept it going. We need to stop, catch it again, catch it, and get back to the traditional way of raising the kids, keeping them away from now. Is media, social media is a big influence. That's the next crack. That's the next drug. The social media.
That is the drug. Social media is the drug. Hey, Brittany Shavers. Hey, everybody that's coming in on TikTok. I have Trey Deuce on as a guest today. And one of the questions I just asked, and JD chimed in on it, why do you think that toxicity is like the new norm? Why is it so enticing to be so bad? Like Trey, you said a lot today, and I thank you for joining me this morning. But you are
Thank you for
so
having me.
right. Like these are our kids, and I can remember listening to rap music and stuff, and I was a teenage mom. Listening to she just bust in this child. You just got to be on. I
Mhm.
swear,
My,
this
my
girl.
mom used to tell me stop playing that music, and I was like, I listening to Onyx and Wu Tang Clan. They didn't have great music. It wasn't friendly music all the time. You know what I mean? Um, it was the music was harsh. It was hard. We had to hide. We had our little Kims and we had our stuff. I just think it was a little bit more tasteful. We had more artists that were saying more, and the content was was it was different genres or different artists. Now it's just this one thing. If I'm killing, I'm drilling, I'm killing, and you know what I mean. I'm booty shaking and I don't care, and all this
Yeah,
hate music. It's a lot of hate music, but we don't have that many J Cole's
we
and
don't.
Kendricks
Back
and
then, that type
yeah,
of music, like the NWO and stuff, they were the lesser percent, not lesser meaning as though they were less than, but you didn't
right.
have, like you said, as much of that. We had the MC Lights, we had the Queen Latifahs, we
So you
had
got to choose. You got to choose what you like.
yeah
Now it's no choice.
conscious music.
Hmm.
JD said, I was a latchkey kid. I was wild and feral, but I would hide it from my parents. That's what I'm thinking, JD.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I have the lawn people are out there. I apologize,
We
everybody. You
actually
can
had
hear them.
respect for. We actually had respect though. Remember when my moms would tell you we didn't play it around our moms and stuff like that. We knew that there were certain things we had to straighten up. We couldn't smoke around our moms and drink.
Right.
Now the kids smoke in front of their mom. They don't care. Their mom is coming down the block. They drinking and they cursing and doing.
Do not
There's no
care.
respect.
Cursing
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm 48 years old and my mom just passed away in July, y'all. And I would not curse in front of my mom. I
Hmm.
just didn't do it.
To
I
this
I
day.
I I let curses slip out a couple of times in my life during a mad situation. I may have been
Right.
mad, not cursing at my mom, but she heard me curse.
And you
Cursing,
still be like,
I just
Mom, I'm
didn't do
sorry.
it. Right,
Excuse me,
right.
Mom.
Right,
Excuse
right. And
me.
I'm 40. Listen, I'm 48 years old, and I just didn't I
Hmm.
didn't grow up like that. I grew up in
Yep.
that speak when spoken to, come when caught era. I raised my
Right.
kids like that. And
Yep.
JD said the young kids, the young adults and kids do not care. They do what they want. That's the same thing that Trey Deuce is saying. And that's what I think the difference is. Like we did those things, but we were respectable about it. We
Hmm.
kind of hid it, like you said. I
Now
would
it's no
not
respect.
do those things, and I just didn't do it. And it's I guess it is a respect thing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live. Trey Deuce, thank you so much for being a guest on the Vette Green Show today. I can't wait to have you back. We're going to get Trey
Anytime.
Deuce back again. JD saying that laws are different now too. Right, you can't whoop your kids. Listen, young. I have some. I listen.
You ain't gonna
I
tell me what I gotta
believe
do with my
in
babies.
discipline.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in discipline. You got to discipline these kids so they not going out shooting up schools and stuff. You
You
got to
ain't telling that to
discipline
no
these
Jamaican
kids.
family. My mama will tell you, Mom, they Jamaican, they'll whip your ass.
It is real. It is real. It is real. Thank y'all again. Hey, Jan Phillips. Thank you so much. Thank you, JD, for coming back again. I love you. Long life. Thank you, everybody, for listening to another episode of the Vette Green Show. Hey, Danbrio, I saw you out there, love. Thank you, everybody. I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, I am on 91.3 WBNY FM radio. So catch me live. Make sure you download the Radio FX app. Have a wonderful day on purpose, everybody, because you can and God said so. Have a great one.
Thank you, Vet. Love you, girl. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Trey.